Would you kindly introduce you first?
We have got three friends in the panel today.
Yes.
The gentleman on my right is well known to Mr. Saeed Ahmad Jones.
Of course, I know
our
very well.
Ahmadi brother for so many years, mashallah. And then is our brother from Ghana, Mr. Thomas Odampton.
Odampton.
Yes, he
What
is
is it?
working in Euro Consultancy in Tooting area.
Right.
And
Euro Consultancy.
Yes.
Is it a British government service or what?
Would you kindly explain yourself?
Or is it a company, independent concern? I don't know that.
Yeah.
But
Okay, Euro Consultancy is a partnership between consultants in England and Brussels and the European states who have come together to share ideas of how to get involved with the emerging market, the single Europe.
but who is organizing this? Who are the principals of this?
South Thames College
Right.
in London.
Right.
Yeah,
Thompson College.
yes.
So it's a private college, isn't it?
No, it's organized by the partly by the government and partly by the European
That is why
Social
what I
Fund.
asked in the beginning, you know. What I wanted to understand is Euro Consultancy is a title which perhaps will have some involvement with the government at some stage.
Yes,
Right.
it is.
And how long have you been in England?
Well, I've been here for about 10 years now.
For 10 years.
Yes, in fact, more than 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And your profession before you came?
My profession was working with the Attorney General's office.
Attorney General
Yes, in
Eh,
Ghana.
in Ghana.
Yes.
Right.
But since I've been here, I've been working as a financial consultant
Good.
before joining Euro Consultants.
Good. Please.
Yes. And next is Mr. Rustam Mini Ahmetov. He comes from Kazan.
From Kazan?
Yes.
Right.
Tatар Republic.
Yes, of course I know.
Belongs to Russia still yet.
I know Kazan very well. You know, we have a regular mission in Kazan,
Yes.
and we have many friends from Kazan, in fact, who have become Ahmadis and others who have not yet, but they hold very intimate relations with us. So let's start.
Yes, yes, please.
So on a little bit of a personal note, first of all, when you lead us in prayer, do you pre-plan what surah to recite after Al-Fatiha, or is it left to divine guidance?
Well, I don't know what you mean by divine guidance. If it is what you have in mind is particular guidance at the time of my praying, that you should do this or that, this is not the case at all. But if you submit to God, then everything you do is sort of under the canopy of God, and if that is what you refer to as divine guidance, then everything is under divine guidance, of course. But I have a general plan in mind, both in those prayers in which surahs are recited, and both in which they are not recited. So, ever since I became a Khalifa, I have stuck to that plan. And I keep changing them, some according to the days, and some shifting at a different pace, so that they're not repeated on each day,
Yes.
that you might have noticed.
Yes, yes.
So similarly, there are certain prayers which I prefer to recite during the silent prayers, and in that the principle that guides me is that generally the silent prayers are expected to be shorter in duration. So those who pray behind, I owe them this, that I choose shorter surahs rather than the longer ones.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you.
Please.
Your Holiness, what I want to know is that how can the advancement in biotechnology transform the development prospects of the third world without having adverse effects on the environment and the health of people?
You have asked a very complex question, in which, in fact, 2 or 3 questions are already incorporated. The transfer of technology is one important thing from the first world to the third world. That transfer is not in our control and command, because those who own a high degree of technology, it is for them to decide how much of this to be shared with the third world. And some of that simmers through automatically by natural process, because more people get advanced, more services are needed for them at low bases, and those technologies which belong to the lower bases begin to lose their value with the passage of time, because second, third, fourth stories are built on top of them and they become commonplace. So these technologies automatically simmer through to the third world and they continue to lag behind. But as far as the progress, as far as the spearhead is concerned, the spearhead of progress is kept under very strict lock and key state, where no one is permitted to leak the technology to the so-called outsiders, and for that they keep an eye on the employment policy as well. They would not permit any third world country immigrant, even if he has been given a national status, to be raised to a level of involvement in industry where he would be able to not steal but able to learn a secret which in itself could work elsewhere. Now what I'm saying is, I'm choosing the words very carefully. What I have in mind is, in itself is the important question. I know some very intelligent and bright students from the third world, like Ghana, Pakistan, India, are given important positions, but those positions are such as cannot work in themselves. You know, whatever they learn there, it cannot suffice by itself to transfer any technological possibility across, because this possibility can only develop in groups of technologies, not in single technologies. So when you see is here and there some Asians rising to a very high degree in some industry, it is only done when they are exceptionally intelligent people, when they have learned something by themselves during their researches here, and as long